I'm here with Mariana Escobar, who is the Deputy Director of the Department of Social Prosperity in Colombia. And tell me what that job entails.
The department was created 2.5 years ago. It made part of the big institutional reform undertaken by the Colombian president in order to provide a sectorial niche for two crucial issues in Colombia. The first one was overcoming extreme poverty, and the second one, repairing integrally the victims of the internal conflict. When the department was created, CCTs were the tool for making social inclusion. The program Más Familias en Acción was created 15 years ago. We already have 3 million families that make part of the program, and I think it has worked pretty well. I think all the evaluations have proven great in that regard, but of course CCTs are not enough.
Well, that's my question. A regular cash transfer to me seems like would make a tremendous change for someone living in poverty, because poverty means your income is not only small, but it's irregular and unpredictable. Yes. So this gives a level of predictability. They know a certain amount is coming every month. But it seems like that would create stability, maybe reduce vulnerability for people. But as far as growth out of that...
No. I think it has two effects. In the short term, of course, it complements a precarious income and an irregular income in poorest families. But I think in the long run, it helps. You can help build a good social capital in the long term.
Okay.
If children are well fed and the children go to school, it helps.
It stops poverty from moving to the next generation because the children have more opportunities.
It has a transgenerational effect, which is very, very valuable. We made a great effort in gearing the whole effort to the rural areas where the program was not working, because of course it's expensive, it's difficult when you have to go to the dispersed communities. We decided to gear the effort to the rural area, and I believe it might stop at some point, like working in greater cities. What we're trying to do is like in two ways. I think the building productive capacities and accumulating productive assets. We're working in a different kind of program that we're trying to connect to families that are receiving the CCTs, because that money is not enough. We're working financial inclusion, financial education, mainly focused at savings programs, and we're trying to develop micro insurances and that sort of thing.
Tell me how those are linked then to the cash transfer.
The first step was making a huge process of financial inclusion in terms of opening banking accounts. We found that for some indigenous communities, for instance, they do not accept the banking system. Many of the indigenous communities have made internal discussions allowing women to have banking accounts, savings accounts, which is a very, very interesting process. Yes.
And then is there something done to encourage savings?
Our financial education programs are mainly targeted at making people save. We have saving groups like women saving groups or individual savings processes. But it's going to take a while, because right now we have over 2.5 million formal financial products working now, through which we make the transfers. And now we have to educate the same number of people. We're using very interesting tools. We're using, for instance, tablets. We have developed with Fundación Capital an app, which has proven to be very helpful and very effective. It goes from using an ATM machine to savings, to how microcredit work, how to make savings when you buy food, how to buy better food.
Are you thinking of, is there any part of livelihood development?
The department had other programs, but they were dispersed, unarticulated. What we saw is that when you work integrally, it speeds up. it makes the quality better of interventions. So you have the CCTs. Well, victims also have monetary compensation. Right. What we work is food security, housing, and income generation with the capacity building, asset accumulation, and we're also trying to work with water. We work with the multidimensional poverty index. It's not only that we measure poverty, we measure by income, but we also measure it by this index. But we also use the index as a public policy. We have a scheme through which we coach the poorest family. We have 1.5 million families coached by a program called Red Unidos. We have social coaches who participate one-on-one with families, and they work together in order to overcome the most critical variables in the multidimensional poverty index.
And are these government staff, volunteers?
Yes. No, it's government staff.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's very interesting because it's not only like poor people just getting things.
Right.
No,
right.
They have to work together. You have to listen to communities, you have to listen to families, to mothers, to children, to youngsters. You have to listen to everyone because they know. The problem is they don't have access to opportunities. They don't have the information. Right. And that's when what you do is you close the gaps. So you help people closing the gaps and building a bridge that they don't have between them and the opportunities. So when people also participate, that's when they become citizens, and it's a matter of dignity, it's a matter of respect, and then you build a completely different relationship